My brothers and sisters, not everything that appears beautiful brings goodness into our lives. Sometimes what looks pleasing to the eye may be the very thing that quietly invites harm into our homes. We often fill our spaces with plants, thinking they bring calm and freshness, but have we ever paused to reflect on what kind of energy or symbolism they carry? Islam teaches us that our surroundings influence our hearts, our peace, and even our connection with Allah. Some things, though natural, can attract heaviness rather than blessing, and today I want to remind you, even what we bring into our homes can affect the light or darkness that lives within them. It's true, every plant, every object is part of Allah's creation, but not everything belongs in every place. Sometimes, what Allah created for one environment can become harmful when placed in another. A wise believer learns to distinguish between what is simply natural and what is spiritually beneficial. There are plants that thrive where no light reaches in darkness, in damp and lifeless spaces. They may look beautiful, but they symbolize stagnation, not growth. When such things are brought into a home, they can carry with them a sense of heaviness and unease that quietly affects the heart. Our homes should be places of light, not just from lamps and windows, but from the remembrance of Allah. From purity, from the kind of energy that invites angels, not drives them away. Sometimes, after bringing something into your space, you notice the mood shift. You feel uneasy, your prayers become harder to focus on. There's a weight that wasn't there before. While Islam rejects superstition, it teaches us awareness, not fear, but wisdom. The Prophet Muhammad they taught us to seek refuge in Allah from all forms of harm, seen and unseen. That includes being mindful of what we allow into our personal spaces. Some plants or objects have been used in rituals that contradict Islamic teachings. Others are believed to attract spirits or energies that are not from the light. Whether or not we fully understand these associations, the safer choice is to avoid anything that compromises the serenity of our homes. Allah has blessed us with countless pure and beneficial creations. Choose what reflects clarity and reminds you of the Creator, not what distracts you with worldly beauty. Your home is a reflection of your heart. Just as you wouldn't fill your mind with negative thoughts, don't fill your space with things that bring unease. If your heart feels unsettled about something, listen to that feeling. The believer's heart is guided by light. Protect it. A home is more than walls and furniture. It's a sanctuary, a place where your soul rests, your Iman grows, and the remembrance of Allah flows naturally. The atmosphere of your home affects your thoughts, emotions, and even your worship. A small, simple space filled with barakah is far better than a grand home empty of peace. The Prophet taught us that angels do not enter homes where impurity or symbols of falsehood exist, and this includes spiritual impurity, not just physical. Think about how it feels when you walk into a house where the Qur'an is recited, where there's kindness and warmth. You immediately sense tranquility. That's not just emotion, that's spiritual reality. But when you enter a space filled with noise, neglect, or objects with dark associations, the air feels heavy. Your heart knows, and this is why Islam emphasizes creating homes where angels love to dwell, where dhikr echoes in every corner, where serenity lives. My brothers and sisters, Islam does not encourage fear or blind superstition. A believer does not live in constant suspicion that every object can harm them. But a believer lives with awareness and balance. Some things carry meanings or histories tied to rituals outside of Islam. When such items are brought into our homes, they can bring spiritual discomfort, not because they have power, but because of what they're associated with. And that's why the Prophet warned us not to imitate non-Islamic customs or rituals. A believer's strength is not in suspicion, it's in clarity. True protection comes only from Allah, from prayer, from the recitation of Ayatul Kursi, from the last verses of Surah Al-Baqarah. From daily adhkar. When your heart is attached to Allah, you have nothing to fear. What we keep around us says a lot about who we are and what we value. Our homes mirror our hearts. Some fill their homes with Quran, purity and fragrance of remembrance. Others unknowingly fill them with distractions and darkness. Every object carries a presence, not mystical power, but psychological and spiritual influence. A believer asks, does this thing help me remember Allah? Does it bring me peace or take it away? Sometimes we hold on to things just because they're fashionable, even if they symbolize something that contradicts our values. But our surroundings feed our souls, just as food feeds our bodies. If your home is filled with what is spiritually unhealthy, you cannot expect inner peace. But if it's filled with light, Quran, dhikr, humility, you will feel a calmness no wealth can buy. Even a plain room can glow with barakah if it's filled with sincerity. When the Quran is recited, the air itself feels lighter. This is not imagination, it is spiritual reality. So when your heart feels uneasy, listen. That discomfort is guidance from Allah. Remove what harms, keep what uplifts, and remember, Islam encourages beauty, but choose beauty that brings you closer to Allah, not away from Him. Ask yourself before bringing anything into your home, Sparkles, does this represent who I want to be as a believer? Sparkles, would I feel at ease remembering Allah in its presence? When you begin thinking this way, your surroundings transform. And your home becomes not just a shelter, but a sanctuary. May Allah fill your homes with light, barakah, and protection. May He make your spaces places where angels love to stay. And may He grant your heart the wisdom to keep away what darkens it, and the strength to hold on to what brings peace. Amen. Palms, Sparkles, the Prophet Muhammad (f.d.a.f.) said, Allah is pure and loves purity. A believer's home should reflect that same purity. When your space is clean, simple, and filled with things that remind you of goodness, your heart feels lighter, and your connection with Allah becomes stronger. True peace doesn't come from luxury, it comes from barakah, blessings, and remembrance. The Prophet's (f.d.a.f.) home was simple, made of clay walls with few possessions, yet it radiated light and tranquility. Simplicity invites barakah because it removes distractions and keeps the heart focused on what truly matters. Mosque true blessing comes from Allah. No object, charm, or decoration can bring fortune or protection. All sustenance and peace come only from Allah. Attaching your heart to material things weakens your faith, but attaching your heart to Allah strengthens it. Fill your home with light, begin and end your day with dhikr, remembrance of Allah. Recite Surah Al-Baqarah. As the Prophet (f.d.a.f.) said, Shaitan does not enter a house where Surah Al-Baqarah is recited. Greet your family with peace, keep your home clean and uncluttered. Sparkles, protect your home spiritually. Peace can't live where sin, arrogance, or constant negativity reside. Angels don't stay where there is falsehood, gossip, or heedlessness. Replace noise with Quran. Replace neglect with gratitude. Replace anger with forgiveness. Cherry blossom purification starts within. You can remove every object from your home, but if your heart carries arrogance, jealousy, or anger, the heaviness will return. True purification begins inside. A pure heart brings peace to every corner of your home. Dove practical steps for a peaceful home. Keep your home simple and clean. Recite morning and evening adhkar. Make istighfar regularly to remove spiritual burdens. Play Quran softly in the background. Make dua for protection and barakah. When Allah is remembered often, angels descend, blessings multiply, and serenity settles in. A peaceful home is not about decoration. It's about the presence of faith, the purity of intention, and the remembrance of Allah. Light and darkness cannot exist together. Choose to invite light. May Allah fill your homes with His mercy, protect them from every harm, and make them places of peace in this world and a path toward Jannah. Palms up together.